Oké, Hedon, dit is voor het laatst dat jullie een applaus kunnen geven aan White Lies. This is the best studio I've ever had. I need this audience every night.
Yeah, definitely keep you going, wouldn't it?
But you guys, you have this audience, but bigger every night.
And certainly in the Netherlands we do, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's still somewhat of a mystery how well we do here. Like, we do better here than we do in the UK.
But that's strange, right?
Yeah.
I know. We've been threatening to move here for about 10 years.
I think Brexit might be the final straw, actually.
Yeah.
I can imagine, In the studio, Harry and Charles from White Lies. Guys, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you
How
for
was
having
it
us.
to go back to a capacity from like 200? Because normally you play the Paradiso. That's a fucking big room.
Yeah. It's a different kind of show for sure. Like, you can really, I feel like you can meet all of the audience, you know. You can spend a bit of time looking into everyone's eyes. But I like that. It's good. I like smaller shows for sure.
Do you guys see the same people every night? Do people travel with you from show to show?
They do, yes.
Really?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Shout out Donna.
Yeah. We have a few very loyal fans. In fact, this one fan of ours, she came to the Paradiso 2 nights ago, and it was her 150th White Lies show that she'd been to.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than I've been to.
You guys got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
How many shows did you play yourself? Because it's now like 10, 12, 13 years of constantly touring.
So that's actually a bone of contention, because we had this conversation about 4 years ago, and Tommy, our keyboard player, said that he would work it out. He would go back through all of our itineraries, and he would actually tell us the official number, because it started because we basically said, like, we must have played 1,000 shows. I think we've played 1,000 shows.
Whoa.
You know.
Yeah.
And we were sort of debating it, and we said, all right, Tommy, you know, tell us, have we played 1,000 shows? Because if we haven't, the 1,000th show should be a special,
coming up.
or should be a big deal.
soon.
You know, we should talk about it.
And now we go.
No, because basically Tommy just slacked off. Like, this was he's spent 4 years not doing it, and like we keep asking him, and he started counting, and he was like,
So maybe tonight was the 1,000th
It
show.
very well could have been.
pretend that it was.
This is the 1,000th show.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you're back in the Netherlands, and like you said, White Lies in the Netherlands is something different.
Yeah. Just a really good fit. I don't know why.
But when was the first time you saw, whoa, this is something else?
Well, we got offered Lowlands Festival. We played Lowlands Festival in 2008, I think.
Yeah.
Before our first album even came out.
Wow. Yeah.
And the crowd was huge, and they went crazy then. So it's like, oh, we were off to a good start here. Like, it's going to be all right. You know?
So did you ever do a show like a capacity from this in the Netherlands? Or is this the first time?
Oh no, we did. Yeah,
What is the smallest gig you
We
did?
played the small room at the Melkweg.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know how big that is. Like
think that's
400 or something.
a little bit bigger than this.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. Yeah.
And also, we're going to Rotterdam tomorrow for a headline show, and we actually haven't played in Rotterdam since 2008, if you can believe it. Or maybe it was 2009, but anyway, it was very, very early on. And that must have been a really small room.
Yeah.
I think that was I don't know what the venues are in Rotterdam, or if it's still there, but I remember it was small, and I remember afterwards.
Rotown, I think.
And actually, weirdly, you mentioned fish and chips. I remember afterwards, we walked from the venue, there was a little place selling fish and chips, like right just, you know, in front of the venue, and we just stood there, and I remember we just had fish and chips with like 5... I'll call them fans, but the thing is, it was so early that these were basically, at this time, it was just people that were like, oh, go check out this band. You know, it wasn't like we couldn't really have fans at that time because we hadn't been around long enough. So I remember just sitting and eating chips with these very nice Dutch friends, you know, and so maybe we'll do that again.
And now are people watching a radio interview like this?
I know,
Yeah. Here we are. We're still going. We're still here.
Last year or 2 years ago, you did the anniversary tour for the first album of 2009. What is the next anniversary we can expect? And will it be a tour?
Well, unfortunately, we missed Ritual.
No way!
Well, because of the pandemic, I guess.
Oh, you enjoyed it at home, the album?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we listened to it a lot. Actually, I think that's probably, in all honesty, our least favorite album. But next year, 2023, is 10 years of Big TV. Yeah, that's an album that we really love that album as well.
But will it be a tour?
I think we've been talking about
play
it.
some shows, yeah.
And the other thing is, like, those first 3 albums, we kind of released them before. I mean, I'm not saying it was before vinyl, you know, became really big again, but vinyl grows every single year. More and more people want vinyl, and so those 3 albums have been completely out of print on vinyl for so long. So actually reissuing the first one in that special edition way was very popular. and it's completely on the list to do both Ritual and Big TV back on vinyl, because we know people really want it. I mean, I don't have our second album on vinyl. I don't have our second album on vinyl. I'm not kidding.
Who wants to pre-order it?
Yeah. I always
that's quite a few.
I always get these I get this stuff, get vinyl, our own things, and then like a friend or some family member is like, oh, could I get a vinyl? Oh yeah, just have mine. I actually really regret it now, but anyway. So we're gonna reissue the vinyl, and there will be a fairly small, but a tour of all our favorite places, I think, for Big TV.
Like Zwolle and Hedon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the one thing you can guarantee is that no matter what, there'll be more Dutch shows on that tour than any other country, like 100%. So, yeah.
And on this tour, there are still coming up a few Dutch dates. Where can we see you in the next few weeks? Because there are coming up more shows.
So tomorrow is Rotterdam, and then the day after that, Maastricht.
Get your pronunciation right.
Now it gets
where
complicated.
else?
Well, it's not the where, it's the when.
Enschede?
Enschede.
Every time, we're playing this festival, I've been running around telling all my friends, yeah, we're playing this festival in the Netherlands called Dick Pop. That's a pretty weird name. I don't know if it's got just a bit of, humor or something. And then yesterday, it's no, it's Dyke Pop. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's better.
That sounds a little, makes sense.
For Enschede, you could say also pluskut.
What does that mean? Is that rude? That sounds rude.
That sounds very rude.
You have to Google it.
This sounds like a sort of intercity insult.
Something like that. Yeah. In the studio, White Lies.